4Gs, yeah. 4Gs, 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 let's go. 4Gs, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. 4Gs, 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 yeah. 4Gs, 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 let's go. 4Gs, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. We got Shot, Dot, Malcolm, Chris the King, plus the Doc. You know that's like 4Gs. Sports Mom. Real world, real problems, real news, real sports. We gon' let you know right here on 4Gs. 4Gs.
Welcome to another episode of 4G Sports. First, before we even get started, click the like button, subscribe button, so you know when we're on, all right? So, let's get the show started. I'm the OG.
I am the king.
Hey, you know what it is. You got the doc.
Yes, sir. And this time we're going to let him introduce himself correctly. You met him when we did the basketball brackets, but D is back once again. D, tell the people about yourself for us, please, sir.
Man, thanks for having me on the show again, fellas. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Donnell Knight. A lot of people call me DK around here, so you could refer me as that. But played at Arizona State. Went there for 4 years. After that, played in the D League, played in the USVL, played in China. I mean, I did it all after that. I was high school parade All-American. Now, just activist in the community, a coach, helping out the youth, giving back. I actually have a nonprofit called Mind Over Matter Sports here in the Valley. Do a lot of things in the community, shoe drives, food drives, anything I could do to help the young kids and just the community people out. That's what I'm about. So just a little warp speed of who I am, and thank you for having me on the show again, fellas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fire when ready.
King.
All right, D. I got a 3-part question for you.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
How old were you when you got your first dunk?
All right.
Who did you dunk on? And has anyone ever dunked on you?
All right, so we'll go backwards order. Yes, I've been dunked on a couple times, just a couple. But I've been dunked on, though, mainly in college and practice. That was crazy. The second to last question, what'd you ask me? I forgot. I'm sorry. Oh, who did I dunk on?
Yes.
Honestly, my first dunks, I don't remember dunking on anybody, to be real with you. But my first dunk, I remember dunking on someone was probably my sophomore year in high school. My sophomore year in high school, and I dunked on somebody like my teammate in practice. I dunked on him. After that, it was over.
Okay.
And then when I started dunking, I'll say 7th grade. 7th grade is when I started officially like dunking the ball.
Wow.
Yep. Had some bunny.
All right. So, Dick, why did
What's
you
up?
choose ASU?
Well, at the time, Arizona State, I got some new coaches in. I had a black coach there, Rob Evans. One of his head assistants was another black coach, and then he had a nucleus of guys that seemed like they had it all together. They were at Ole Miss before that together, and it just seemed like the right place, man. They took an interest in me, and then on top of that, Bill Frieder actually really kind of broke the ice and broke the chip burger that because he had me coming around since I was like 8th grade. So that kind of was already in my mind. Then living in Arizona and watching ASU on Channel 3 every morning on Saturdays, man, it was a no-brainer after that.
Yeah. So, for me, I want to know, who was your favorite player growing up and why?
So my favorite player growing up was, I'm going to have to say, Jordan and Kevin Garnett. It kind of was a little mixture, but just Jordan, just because of just the way that he was, man. I mean, he had everybody in my era. It was all about MJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
MJ was the GOAT, man. He was that dude. He just seemed like he could do whatever he wanted, man. And as a kid, I just wanted to dream to be like this dude. Like, man, everybody in the world know this cat off of hoop. You know, and he changed the game for me. And then I say Kevin Garnett is because that's when I started seeing taller guys dribbling and facilitating and making plays, and you know, and everybody wasn't shaming him for that. Normally, if you was that big dribbling, no, man, they'd clown you for that, for dribbling. So he changed the game for me. When I saw him in high school, it was over.
Yeah, I like his approach to the game.
Right, yeah, his approach to the game. But being young, I didn't understand. I just knew what I seen. You know what I'm saying? I knew that this dude was dominant. and people feared him off of the way he played. You know what I mean? And the way that he brought the spark to the game, played with such enthusiasm, and he was just he did everything: block shots, dribble. You know, dude, I post up. This dude was unstoppable.
Yeah.
All right, D. All of us that play ball, next level. What was your favorite basketball shoe to play in? Let me give you mine real fast. Mine was the 95, 96 up tempo.
See, I was gonna say that. I know which ones you're talking about, but I'm gonna go with I think that the 97s, the same ones though, like the 90 the year after that, because my AAU team was sponsored by Nike, and man, they send those things in, bro. I've been chasing them ever since. I can't find them no more. It was comfortable, bro. They was comfortable. Those, and I'm gonna say the Adidas Pro models.
That's
those
another
two
one.
pair was. Yeah, I felt like when I put them on, I could do whatever. Man, I could get loose. You know what I'm saying? You got the right shoes on. Every hooper, no, you got the right shoes, the right fit. You look the part. You ready?
Look good, feel good, play good.
Man, that's what they say, bro. And a lot of people say it.
I hear you on that one. Now, since you brought up AAU, what is the difference between BCI, club, and AAU ball?
So, club is more, I guess, in the sense of what it would be, the word that they're using it for. It's more kind of community based, more about not trying to stab people in the back. You know, it's not a commodity thing. It's more of a longevity thing of a club. You're part of a club. AAU is like, man, it's a commodity sport. It's like, man, who's hot? Who can get us the sponsorship? Who can get us, you know, bubbling in these next couple years to where these other guys underneath are going to benefit from it? And then you kind of just keep repeating that cycle. So that's the difference that I've seen. You know what I mean? Because I didn't hear the word club until like probably about 5-6 years ago, and they were saying, no, this is not AAU, this is club ball. Like, I didn't know the difference before, to be honest with you. I thought AAU was all club ball, but now it has been solidified of what's different, because now with AAU it comes stipulations. It comes that a coach can take your money and still not play you. You know, with club it's more controlled. If they paid, then they, you know, you pay to play, basically.
Okay.
So, who, in it, whether it's ASU or playing in China, whatever the case may be, who is, if you were thinking of your matchups, who's the most difficult player you've ever had to defend?
Man, I had a couple playing in the pack, man. I say every night in the pack on the team, I was playing a small forward position. I was more of a defensive threat at that time too, just athletic guy, slasher. So I would have the toughest matchups, man. I mean, I went up against Casey Jacobson to Richard Jefferson to, you know, Capono. So I feel like every night it was kind of different, and the Pac-12 was, at the time, was Pac-10, was really athletic. If you was a wing guy, 2-guard, point guard, 2-guard, three guy, man, every night it was hard. So it's hard to discredit any one of these guys, because honestly, like every night, like in the pack, you had somebody to go against. Even when you play Washington State, they had guys over there that was athletic. So I'm gonna have to say pretty much all the small forwards and the wings in the Pac-12 was a challenge, man. It was different.
Okay, and you probably had to. Did you ever play against Richard Jefferson in high school too?
Yeah, I played with him and against him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an additional question, D.
Yep.
Who was the first person to just give you the business on the court?
Oh, dang. I'm gonna have to say Eddie House.
Oh,
like Eddie House was the first time that I was like, damn. Dude, it ain't no joke. And then, like, you know, periodically you'll run up against a guy that's kind of doesn't have a real name like that, but this dude is nice. Like, you know, I played against some guys that in the game wise, because really display all their skills, but outside of that, man, I played against dudes that just played all left hand before, and you never knew he was right hand. Well, I mean, in a game, so it's hard out there. But man, I ain't gonna front. Eddie House like was the first lesson, because you gotta remember I was a freshman coming in when he was a senior. So at that point, you know, I'm a parade All-American, so I got a little name. I'm thinking I'm nice. I want to challenge him. Nah, man, he gave me buckets every which way, bro. I'm talking about 3 balls, step back. Like, I thought I had to question me. Like, damn, like I need to get some of that in my game. He was nice with it, man. Nice.
The howitzer, and he's only he can only be about what is he?
Yeah,
House
I'll
is
give
only
him 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah, maybe.
That just goes to show you, though, man, the skill and all of that. Man, some of these dudes are just really good, man. I ain't gonna front. I mean, Eddie scored that season. I think he scored something like six times, like 40 points, and he had 61 and all that. So, like, he could fill it up. That was a tough matchup. And I had to guard him every day at practice, so I got a lot of them lessons.
Wow.
For real.
All right. So we all hop into the questions now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, virtual fans? And you guys give me your thoughts. We'll go with OG first.
The virtual fans, you got to have something. I mean, the players can't see it. I guess it's more for the fans.
I don't know, man.
If they can find a way to do it, like maybe like the Zoom, to where people can actually be in the seat on their own screen cheering as the game goes on, I think that'll be a little bit better. But for what they have to do right now, I understand it. But my main concern is how do you to help revenue. I think if they would figure out a way to make that happen, they can sell those and make some type of revenue during the season, whatever short of a season we got so far. I like the idea.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Yeah, I think that's what baseball is doing. Actually, is what you kind of said. It's a little bit. It's not as virtual. I think they're selling basically pictures of yourself in the stand. Yeah. And then I saw in the NBA, it looked like they are doing something kind of like Zoom, where you have whoever is the home team, like they're showing their home team fans on the boards in the back in like a Zoom call. I think it's cool. I mean, we're in uncharted territory. Be creative where you can be. That's where I'm at with it. I mean, I think you could also sell some of those seats to ads and advertising too, if you wanted to have the in-game fill up those spots, so it doesn't look like empty seats. You could probably put big billboards up and generate some revenue that way too.
I'm sorry, man. If they try to sell me a virtual ticket, I'm gonna be mad as hell if I already got ball season tickets. Think about this. There's people who already bought season tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already did that. We got to remember, this is just a breakage in the season. So all the stuff that I bought, the apparel that I want to wear to the games and all that. Now I'm on. I could have been did that. Just stay at home and get on video chat and just put my son shirt on and cheer. It's like, if that's the case, then how come that hasn't been available prior to this? I mean, this is a global game. People watch it on their phones and tablets and stuff all over the world. Why have there never been virtual fans? Well, now it's a need, so then now we can sell tickets. I would not buy a virtual ticket to a game, though, still watch it on TV. It's cool. I get what they gotta, they're trying to make something be normal, but it's like, it's not, man. When you see a highlight and a guy fall off into a stand, you see a couple NBA guys, maybe some newscasters and like a trainer on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we still know there's no people at that game.
Correct.
It's like, man, it's like bittersweet, right? Like, I love watching this competitive, but it's like, something's missing. You can't put your finger on something in life. You like, man, something ain't right. And then when you're watching it, it's still good because we haven't had anything. We see something that has some organization. So it does look dope. It looks tight. I think I've watched the games like everybody else, but it's like, man, those fan things, that's like the weirdest thing about watching the whole game. Yeah. Like, when I saw Kerry Kittles and all those people like flash up on there, I was like, I don't know if I really want to see that. That's kind of weird. It's like a video game or something, man.
Right. Chris Bosh.
Right.
Yeah, man. And then, the teams have to okay those fans. So you have to be cleared before they even let you get them, because they don't want some random dude just sitting on the live, right, and just drinking, smoking, whatever. Like, you don't know what he gonna do. He on live tripping, like getting faded.
Yeah.
So
that'd be the OG.
But that's, that would happen. Some guy would just try to do that to go viral, man. So they gotta okay it, and it's like, dang, what if I don't get okay? Like, you get turned down for the for the crummy game. Like you can't even watch, Houston and whomever. You know what I'm saying? The last place team because they didn't okay you. So how are they picking guys? Like what's the criteria? Just my little take on it.
I think they're trying to make something out of nothing, or nothing out of something.
That's for sure. They're gonna make some money. Yeah, they're gonna.
They got to find a way to make money somehow because they lost so much. It
Wait,
is what it
you
is.
think the NBA lost a lot? That's a good question.
I think they lost a lot. I know baseball has, personally.
What?
The owners have not because they're billionaires.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When would it be up on the owners to say, you know what, in this time, like we're gonna give 30% of our whatever earnings to our guys or something like that. Like why? I mean, Kyrie did it.
Right.
Kyrie took his own money and funded WNBA. I mean, his own money.
Yeah.
That's a slap in the face of these billionaires. Like,
but not everybody makes Kyrie money in the league either.
But I'm not talking about just league guys. I mean, even if 10 guys got together in the NBA and put some money together, that's still more than anything.
Facts. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Correct.
I mean, we just all have to adjust with the time, man. I think we're all desperate for sports right now.
Right.
We need something to keep us sane.
Right.
Buying a virtual ticket, I won't do it. I'll just live stream it or watch ESPN at night.
Right.
Right. I'm not going to pay for my picture of on a monitor to be at a game. I'm not doing that, man. I'm a fan, but I'm not that much of a fan to where.
So you're a fan, but you're not a fanatic.
I'm not crazy fanatic. No, like I said, if I want to watch something, I'll just go on. I'll watch ESPN at night.
Right.
That's the highlights, man. And like I said, you get most of the game on highlights anyway. The good parts.
So I have a question for you, gentlemen. What's your favorite player of all time and why?
Woo.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'd have to say it's a split. It would have to be Magic.
This is all for the marbles, though. Yes, you get one.
Just for the marbles?
Like yep.
I'd have to go with Kareem.
Oof. I should have known that. You're a UCLA fan too. So.
No, I'm not even a UCLA fan. Actually, I'm a USC fan.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
But
that's total opposite.
Right. But for the reason I say Kareem, for as long as he did it, he always seemed to find a way to reinvent himself when it was necessary. And he also is the only man with one shot that you couldn't stop. So no matter what defense you ran at him, he had a shot for it.
Right.
So, and he's an all-time leading scorer. So I gotta say Kareem.
Arguably, hands down, can't even argue that.
Okay.
What about you, Chris? What you shooting for, man?
Man, want to get one?
One.
I gotta go AI, man. I gotta go AI, man. That dude 6 foot.
Changed the game for you, huh?
He changed the game. He led that Sixer team with a bunch of nobodies to the championship. Dude was hard nosed. He wasn't very. He's a guard. He's a little guard, man. That was like iron. Yeah, and he was hard to stop. Like I said, he changed the game. When he came out with the cornrows at the All-Star game, brothers went nuts. We all went nuts.
You ain't lying, man. You're right. We
all wanted cornrows then. We had no hair. We wanted cornrows. So I'm gonna go AI for me.
Okay.
Who are you rocking with, bud?
My favorite player ever is number 7, KJ, Kevin Johnson.
Dang, that's a. Hey, I can't. I'm a little biased, man, to this one. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
Well, and I say that because that's who I tried to model my game after. Not afraid to go to the cup, take your shot when it's there, and be the ultimate point guard. Because when I envision a point guard, to me, it's more of the old school point guards of getting the team involved, but and taking your buckets when they're there. Read the defense, don't force it. And I mean, man, I remember when he banged on Hakeem Olajuwon, I came out of my chair, man. Baseline, cocked it back, and just that's my dude. That's my favorite all-time player for me is KJ.
Right, man. I'm gonna have a little bit on KJ, man. I'm gonna have to give him a couple points, man. And when I was in high school, he actually looked out for me, man. Did a few things for me, man, and always kind of checked on me and looked out for me and just see how I was doing and supported me. So, shout out to KJ for that, man. He was good peoples for that. But I'm going to have to roll with, and this is hard, man. I'm going to have to say LeBron, bro. Like, I wanted to say Kobe, to be honest with you, but that's just only because his passing. I feel like he should get an ultimate pass in the seat of like the best of the best, just because of the way that he exited out, and it kind of, to me, add a little bit to his demeanor, who he was. It's still like a mystery. You know what I'm saying? We still didn't really get to find out who Cole really truly is. We got to see these glimpses, but we know the basketball Cole. We barely got to start seeing him on the other side of life, and then bam, this happened. But I'm gonna have to say LeBron, man. LeBron, like, to me. See, the thing is, like, playing against somebody like that, I know how difficult it is to, like, guard somebody like that. Like,
Yeah.
Forget everything else. I'm talking about just to box him out, to run the floor with him. We're not even talking about the points, and I'm just saying, just to compete with a man of that stature that plays like that, I never seen nothing like that. Like, so skilled, fast, all these good things about his game. These are things that all basketball players dream about. That's why everybody kind of deems him and that where kind of, knocks him a little bit, because they feel like, man, you got everything we always want. Like, every NBA player would love to have his full package. He's like the ideal basketball body, and playing this game. So I'm going to have to roll with Bronny, man.
All right. Well, we'll get back to that LeBron discussion a little bit later in the show. We definitely got a question for you on that, and I will argue my points then. But let's get back. Okay, with the amount of NFL players opting out due to the COVID concerns, is this alarming, or is this just players taking care of what's necessary? Like, they're looking out for their family, not concerned about the money at this point?
I would say if we start getting some of the really, really big names opting out, it'll be a little bit more alarming. In reading through, I think the alarming thing about it, the only really alarming thing to me, is the amount off of one team. The Patriots today, I think their 9th person opted out of the season. It was a tight end. CJ Mosley of the Jets opted out yesterday. I know Donta Hightower of the Patriots. Those are two of the bigger names that opted out. But when you really read deep into it, all of them have actually some legitimate concerns, whether it's a family history of cancer or newborn babies, or there's some illness on the other side. One of the players, is a cancer survivor, so they have all those underlying health issues that COVID seems to attack. So, I mean, I get it. We've talked about it on many of our shows already. We're not even sure if we think the NFL season is going to finish. So, I'm not surprised at all.
I don't know, man. Sometimes, I think that just because you guys play sports, that we sometimes think that it's still not a job. That, at the end of the day, that's a job that they chose to do. And whether you consider it hard or whatever, that's what they chose to do as their career path. And sometimes your job and your career path pay you more than others, and it seems not as strenuous, but they deal with everyday stuff just like us. And just because you have more money doesn't mean that, you should put yourself at risk. I even have some of my friends joking, saying stuff like, man, these guys play professional sports. They should get back out there. I don't care. I need to be entertained. It's like, yeah, man, I mean, they got kids. They got wives. They got, they got family members that are losing. So because of that, we then think that they're supposed to be basically a slave to us too. And we say stuff like, man, we pay your salary. Like, well, we do, but we really don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't, when we buy apparel and all that type of stuff, but we're not buying enough apparel to pay some guy $50 million. And we're not doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, these people, man, take it too far sometimes. And it's like, man, what about me not giving an excuse because I'm grown? What about that? What about I'm grown and because I got an option for that, I want to take it. Why do I got to go and come with some, my dad been sick and then I got a history? You got to go all the way in depth of that to just say that, hey, man, it's a pandemic. You guys see it too. Like you guys are out here too. You guys aren't even sending your kids to school, but you want me to go play football. So it's like, man, it's sad that we came to that where like in sports, like you got to answer to people, and it's always kind of been that with the media, right? Like you gotta tap in, and that's how it is, right? It's part of the gig. So, I'm glad those dudes are exercising it, man, and saying, hey, you know what, man, I'm gonna choose me first now. Now we're in the driver's seat. You need us.
Yeah. I mean, I think they only had to disclose their reasons to their teams because that was going to depend on what their salary was going to be. If it's a health concern that is legitimate, they get $350,000, and if it's just I'm just opting out because I don't want to risk anything, it's $150,000. Yeah. Right. So that was that.
I mean, it's Bush League, man. It's messed up, but it's kind of like with everything, right? It's like the people who are underneath them. We either take less money or make a whole career change or don't work. And so it's like we all got a problem. It's not any different than those guys, you know what I'm saying? And we judge them because they're getting $300,000, but $300,000 to a dude that's making $6 million a year, that's chump change. And you've been used to living like that. It would be like, I know I would get used to making $6 million in 1 year. It don't take long to get adjusted to live like that.
No.
And when you're not making that and you live in, in that type of budget, then now people question you, what you spend your money on. And it's like, wait, hold up, man. I didn't make the pandemic and I didn't ask you to do a budget for me. Like, it's just not going to work.
Right.
It's just not going to work. And don't worry about what I'm spending my money on. It's like, It's terrible, man. It's all messed up to the point where they can judge you like that. But that's the way life is. That's the way it goes when you're in the media.
And I don't think athletes are essential workers. Period. They're not essential workers.
I used to think that until I've been sitting at home and not watching no damn sports.
Right.
They are essential to me. They are essential
right
to
now.
me. Like right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just happy that they have the option to play or not to play. I mean,
true. I like that. Hey,
they have the option. I don't know what everyone's home life is like, and financial situations and mansions that they have, and if they choose to want to play, cool. If they don't want to play, fine. You like it, I love it.
Right.
I gotta respect both ways. Like I said, you got guys that are having kids. They have kids, or some of these athletes take care of their parents that are like old elderly parents, and you don't know what their ailing issues are at the moment. So if they opt out and not want to play, so be it. You know what it is? The next man that wants to do it, now he has a chance to go to the league.
Imagine going to football practice and it would be sad, right? If football, NBA, whatever, teammates affected and they go home and then they lose. 10 teammates lose family members from just one guy getting sick. Yeah. That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like 5 guys on the team get sick. He go home. They all 5 guys go home and they infect everybody in their house. And then those family members get back on the plane and fly back to wherever and they infect some more people and everything. And then it's just terrible, man. And being close to somebody from the COVID, man, it's like I said, it's bittersweet. I want to see the games, but then it's like it really hit home for me. So it's like, man, I don't know if it's even worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to see them play and they get money, but it's like, man, that's terrible, man. One of these NBA guys or baseball guys happened to die from COVID right before our eyes while we were watching them play 2 weeks prior. That would be crazy. It'd be devastating.
My take is, it's your choice. So if you opt out, you opt out. There should not be a concern. There should not be a question why. Like you said, if I opt out, it's nobody else's reason to know why I opted out.
Right.
Just know I'm opted out for family reasons, and that's all you need to know.
That's it.
That's the bottom line. I'm not. Yes, I picked this, but my life is more important.
Right.
Yeah. My family's life is more important than this. It's still a game.
Yeah.
You kind of forget. They're playing kids' games, getting paid very well, but it's a kids' game.
Right.
So if they opt out, they opt out, and just leave it at that and move on.
Yep.
No one else knows the reason why except them and the team. Then that's fine with me. Right. So if several Cowboys come out and say next week we're not playing, All right.
And we
back
know
up,
why.
let's go. It's just like an injury. Step
Yeah.
up, play.
Next man up.
Sir, there's no reason to even have a press conference. There's no reason to give reason to anybody except the team.
Right.
And then that should determine what my pay is. You know what I'm saying? So if I opt out, then everybody should get paid the same.
Right.
And just leave it at that. So regardless of his family members, or I'm a single guy and I want to go see my parents, so I'm opting out, so I should be penalized for that? No. If one person's getting $350, I should get $350. It's all for the same reason. It's a pandemic.
I agree.
It's a pandemic. It doesn't have any. It's like a bullet. It has no name on it. So it's not going to. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to change. Oh, I'm not going to pick you because you worried about your family. I'll go to the next.
Right.
No. So
well, that's crazy, man. You made a great point, man, about like, you know, these people. Like, I didn't choose COVID. I didn't make it be a pandemic. It's like, how am I opting out? You know, at the end of the day, it's like, man, you guys see what's going on. Like, what am I opting out to? It's something that everybody is over here concerned about. It's not like I'm just coming with a own personal, you know, thing. And that's a good point, man. You're right. Like, if a guy, it shouldn't be like that anyway. It shouldn't be boxed in the corner when there's something that is affecting the world right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just like the White House, government buildings are closed. No one is asking, why are you closed?
Do you want to opt out? Yeah.
Do you want to opt out to work? No. We're not going to work.
Yeah,
so
no, it's real. Yeah.
You know, that's I don't see what the hard thing, and like the King said, we love sports. That's why we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But they're not essential workers. They're not gonna help anyone do anything different. Except maybe give you a couple of hours to forget about what's going on until you look at the screen and notice, hey, there's no fans in the stands.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, it's not like anything is going to change if they opt out or if they play.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know.
Well, I'm gonna switch some gears on you. We're gonna talk a little bit about a social media beef.
Oh,
what do y'all? I don't know if you've heard about it. Andre Iguodala and WNBA player Aerial Powers got in a little bit of a Twitter beef. And to give it some context, I'll tell you what happened was Andre Iguodala was watching a WNBA game, or seemingly anyway, based off his tweet, and he simply tweeted, number 23 of the Washington Mystics is nice. With two exclamation points. She retweeted it and said, essentially, put some respect on my name or keep this tweet to yourself. OG, what are your thoughts?
All right. I'm about to make a lot of. I'm sorry. There's a lot of female. We're doing some female fans of this. I'm sorry. That sounds real petty. And he did put kind of respect on your name because he tweeted your number. And he said the team that you were. You're an athlete. Why are you so sensitive if someone did not say your name? Anyone can look at who's 23 on the Washington Mystics and figure out who he was talking about. He didn't say you were trash. He didn't say you couldn't play. He said you were nice. So with that being said, you should have just said thank you and left it at that. Because it sounds like a woman issue wanted to her name called. Because I don't know any guy that would have went that far because you said my number instead of my name.
All right.
So I'm going to leave it there. And I apologize, but that's how I feel.
Get
same way.
out
I took it the
of
same
your feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out of your feelings.
For
If
real.
someone, if a world championship NBA player mispronounced my first name, but just recognized who I was, that's a compliment.
Right.
It's a compliment. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Don't be in your feelings. Put some respect on you. Do you have a championship yet, young lady? Does she have a ring yet?
I don't know.
If you guys were to tell me who was number 21 for the, I don't know. I don't know.
Look it up.
I know who Iggy is.
Yeah.
It's just sad, man. It's sad during a time like this with both teams being there, you know, at the facility. Talk about Black Lives Matter. We talk about supporting one another. We talk about all these things, right? Like in the cusp of right in the middle of this going on, that happens between two black people. So to me, what makes me upset is that like one, somebody try to give you props and it's always like that. Now, would it be fair to say that if from the NBA tweeted that, maybe wish you would have took it different? Who knows? We only could like play the gray area, but I feel like in a moment like this, and when they have all the stuff written on the jerseys, and they're saying let's come together, like that would have been a perfect time to been like, hey, bro, you know, thanks, or you know, or just ignore it if you didn't like. Maybe you could have hit him up separately, but he didn't do it in a way to like diss you. It was no disrespect. We all know that. And that's the part about it when I read the article. It's like, man, she really took that as like disrespect. Yeah. That's crazy. It's like it's I don't know what's going on. It's like all this confusion got everybody so just topsy-turvy or something, man. Just because I never would think somebody would respond like that to a tweet like that, you know. So I guess to each his own. It's messed up, man, because it wasn't a disrespectful intent.
And I'll say this as a parent that sees kids play sports. We mention numbers all the time. Oh, number 11 is quick.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know their names. Number 5 got a nice left hand, or whatever the case may be. We sometimes, us that play sport, we yell out numbers because it's quicker to yell out numbers than names sometimes. Would you rather me butcher your name or call out your number? Which one do you want? At least I
thought she took it as a joke. Right. I thought she said it as a joke first, you know, because everybody always say that, you know, Birdman, put some respect on my name. I thought she was saying that, like, yeah, man, thanks for acknowledging me. But then when she was like, if you don't have something good to say, I'm like, it was no ill intent. That's why that's the only thing I'm speaking on. Okay, you say something, it could be taken wrong. We can clarify. But you took it there. Like, you took it to a point where you was mad. Like, you know, you ain't got nothing good to say. Well, I'm thinking, like, what did he say that was bad? Like, it's terrible, man. I'm just saying in a time like this and what we're going through and everything that the bubble is consist of. And I mean, I think it would have been a perfect time to, you know, kind of patch up and hopefully we'll see something different from it, you know. Maybe tomorrow it'll be a different twist. So.
Big mad, dude.
I hope and to answer Craig's question, no ring, brother. No ring.
Yeah. No ring?
No ring.
No.
Man, if Michael Jordan said number 23 or number 10 is dope,
they wouldn't have said that. He ain't gotta say my
name.
They wouldn't have said nothing.
If any professional player calls out your number, that is a compliment. Period.
Yeah.
Period. And out of all the numbers that are out
in our era was, I mean, obviously these players are a little younger, so you know we can't talk about what it used to be. We talk about where we're at. It's like they do it different, man. I mean, they get to tweet at halftime. You know what I'm saying, man? Our coaches wouldn't even let us look at a phone before and after game.
Right.
Even in the league.
Do WNBA players have their names on the back of their jerseys?
I don't think
I know.
Them do.
I think so.
The Mercury for sure do, but I think they do.
Yeah. I think it's like college
some
ball.
Some of them have different ones. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You know what I think they did? They probably made them pay for it. They probably made a big charge of, hey, we'll let you put whatever you want in your jersey. It's going to be about 5 G's, though.
I think it's the ultimate compliment. My own son out on the football field when I'm watching a game, I don't even call him by his name. Yo, 7-2. You know,
right?
And that's how I had always kind of acknowledged it in sports. I loved it when somebody said, 20 out there doing his thing, you know, because I thought that was the greatest compliment. I think y'all hit on something important too. I think it was considered a source because when this all came out, I think it's more about Iguodala than that tweet because it turns out that many years ago he had either put out a tweet or made a comment essentially about his daughter if she were to play in the WNBA, and he said something to the effect of, no, I don't want her to play there because she might end up being, a lesbian. So I think I think it's more about who it came from, like you all said, because I think if it was LeBron or Jordan or somebody out there saying, yo, 23 is nice, she would have been appreciative. I think it was like, oh, yeah, you, Andre Iguodala, are going to learn my name. I
agree. That's why I was thinking, like, man, people end their conversations with the most important part. So when she said that, I was thinking, like, there was nothing important about what she ended the conversation with. She didn't say nothing important. She said that as if his intentions were ill. That's what's crazy about it. I mean, anybody that could read it, see that he was not intentionally to set out to, disrespect him in any way. So that's what sucks about it, man. I wish it could have been handled different, but everybody not supposed to like you, man.
Yep, that's what it is.
Right. And for the NBA to show support for the WNBA, regardless of the situation, I still think her tweet, she could have just said, you know what, thank you, and DM'd him and said, hey, let's talk about why you didn't say my name instead of just my number.
Right.
Because WNBA needs all the help they can get. So if you start crossing out some of these NBA players, I don't know if
they won't support her. Yeah, they won't support her.
Right. All right. Let's go to our weight.
Okay.
This is the part of the show, D, where now it's your Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Of forwards, power or small, of all time. Your top 4 of all time. What are they?
Man, all right, I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Garnett. He one of my favorite power forwards of all time, man. I'm gonna have to go with KG.
Okay.
And you want me to pick another one?
Yeah,
three more.
Three more.
Right. Yeah, you're Mount Rushmore.
So I'm gonna go with Shaq. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. So Shaq, and then I'm gonna have to go with. This is tough. I'm gonna have to put Kobe up there, man. Old Kobe, in my 3 right there.
That's a small forward. Kobe did play small, so yeah.
So you want me to trade out Shaq?
I mean, he played power forward too.
Yeah, he did.
He played power forward in spot. So
he did.
He did. You gotta.
That's all right. So that's on the road. That's my squad right there.
Yeah, you're right. You wrote in the gray area there pretty nice.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good. I was gonna say Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace.
Okay, we'll take Shaq off and put Rasheed.
All right, I'm gonna roll with KG and Rasheed with Cole.
All right,
let's get it.
I'm gonna go. You gotta go Kevin Garnett. Period. I gotta go Larry Johnson.
Okay.
I gotta go LJ. I gotta go Grandmama. You gotta go Dirk. Dirk is another one.
Dirk.
Dirk. Gotta go Dirk.
About him.
And my last one, man, I gotta go Big Game James Worthy.
Yes, sir.
Big Game James.
Okay.
Mr. Buckets.
Okay. Well,
can't go wrong. I see you.
The Homer in me is gonna come out a little bit because I go Sir Charles Barkley as one of my favorites, and then that man from French Lick, Indiana, Larry Bird.
Yes, sir.
And then KG, who happens to be, he's one of my favorite all-time players.
Yeah.
And for my 4th one, I'm going to go at forward. I'm going to go Tim Duncan.
Woo. Oh, I thought we was just picking 3. Hold on, man. I got 2 more for y'all.
What you got?
I got LeBron and Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd's not forward.
No.
But he said I thought we was going with the 5. Did you just do 5?
No. Mount Rushmore of NBA.
Just
forward.
power forward. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm good. I got you.
I'm gonna go. Mine basically and dots are kind of lined. I'm gonna go with Worthy, Bird, Barkley.
I forgot about that.
And I hated this guy. I hated him, but he's one hell of a ball player. Call
Who that?
the mailman Malone.
Oh yeah.
Second all-time leading scorer.
Right. I mean, he played for Utah. I couldn't stand him, but props due and props due.
Right.
Malone did his thing.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
And he like up there with rebounding too, like top 6 or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was kind of crazy though that we get all them buckets and I win no chip.
Right.
No chip. All right, D. We call this segment off topic. So
Yes,
I know
sir.
that we about to fight and fuss and argue in this one.
It's always a
Maybe
fun
some
one.
cuss words flying around this one.
We about to fuss and fight. So Kobe versus LeBron. It's been an ongoing argument on this show.
Yes, sir.
Who's better, Kobe or LeBron?
Man. Oh man.
This is going to determine our friendship.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
LeBron James, man.
We gonna
LeBron James.
be on your head, bro.
The GOAT. The GOAT, baby.
The who?
The GOAT.
No, we didn't say Michael Jordan. We didn't say Michael Jordan.
That's what we say when we see LeBron. As soon as we see LeBron shoot, we just start making the GOAT sound. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Hey, bro. LeBron is too strong, too tall, too fast. Only thing that Kobe, I ain't gonna front, that Kobe got more than LeBron. The only thing is that killer instinct. That killer instinct that Kobe has is unmatched to a lot of guys, though. So then at the same time, you say, well, dang, though, LeBron got all these other things that offset certain things that Kobe don't have. So, you know, when you sitting at the table with the greatest, with the best, and like those guys, it's only one little thing that separates them from being better than the other. And then if you look at it as a whole complete body of work, then neither one of them are better than the other, man. They're both nice. Like it's hard to say that because we want to have a guy win, but both of them are so nice, bro, that we debated. You know, that it's like the most talked about thing of all times. Like, who's the best? LeBron, Kobe, or Jordan? I mean, it's gonna be talked about forever. We'll never get to really know like what those three guys think. But you know, I'm gonna have to roll with Bronny, man. He's too big, too strong, too fast, too athletic, just too skilled, bro. I can't rock with him. I can't do nothing with him.
Okay. Yeah, I respectfully disagree. I go Kobe, and without getting into great detail, I go Kobe simply because of one of those factors you mentioned, and he was an ice cold killer, man. If there was one person, if the game's on the line, there's not many I would place, over putting the ball in Kobe's hands to get it done. Right. So I always put. I actually don't think personally, and I mentioned this numerous times. I'm one of the biggest Suns fans you could ever find. So it just digs into my chest cavity to ever have to give the Lakers props on anything. And I actually don't think Kobe's put into the Michael Jordan discussion enough, comparatively speaking. When we're talking, when we're always talking Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, I think Kobe should be put in there even more than he is already. So yeah, I go Kobe all day.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and I don't even care. Number 8, number 24, both of them.
Well, as you can see in my background, you already know where I'm going. But when D said LeBron is too strong, my response to that would be Kobe would be in the post more than LeBron would. That's one. 2, at the end of the game, I know I can back off LeBron because I know he's not going to shoot it. If I force LeBron to shoot the ball, that's a win for me. What he wants to do is pass. He's not going to shoot it. He does not want to be the villain. He does not want to take the last second shot. That goes back to that killer instinct and stuff like that. But one thing that people fail to realize about Kobe, he did pass the ball regardless of what people may think. And he passed it when it was necessary, only when he thought who he was passing it to can make the shot. If not, I'd rather be the villain to make it or miss it. I think that's the little difference between Kobe and LeBron that a lot of people really don't want to give Kobe credit for.
Right.
If you knew you was kind of cold all game, you can be wide open, and you're wide open for a reason. So I'd rather miss the shot than for you to miss a shot and everybody look at me like, well, why did you pass me the ball? So I can say he was open.
Right.
And then they'll say, well, he hasn't hit anything in the fourth quarter. Why would you pass him the ball?
Right.
Basketball IQ wise, I think they're both head to head. I just think Kobe thinks of it a little bit different as of, okay, if I'm going to be the villain, let me be the villain. I thrive off of that.
I agree with that.
So I think that's why he took more shots at the end of games, end of quarters, end of whatever you want to say. He may not have made them all, but it takes more guts to shoot them than not, in my book.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I go with Kobe over LeBron.
Ain't it kind of cool that all four of us are in the same era that we've actually seen all three of those guys play?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And actually can put up a valid argument for all three and not just go off YouTube highlights and blah, 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 like today's youth do. I'll give Kobe the slight edge just based on the killer instinct. You can't really teach that, man. That's something you can't teach. That's something that you just have in you, and you just do it. Kobe, like I always said in last show, Kobe was a certified killer, man. Not what I say. Michael Jordan was a serial certified killer.
Yeah.
Kobe was a certified killer, and LeBron, he's a killer too, man. Don't get me wrong, but I'll give Kobe the slight edge, just based on, like I said, his work ethic, man. We all seen it, man. It was unmatched. It was unmatched. But it's like this is just a slight edge. But like I said, I'm just happy and blessed. I got to see all three plays. When I have grandkids, I can say I actually seen some of the best basketball players that has ever played the game of basketball, and not on YouTube. I went to see games. I was front row. I was upper deck, but I was in the building.
Yeah,
Correct. And another thing,
what's up, man.
Let me add one more thing to that. Remember the Colorado situation with Kobe?
Yeah.
That was during the playoffs, correct? It
was leading up to it. It was leading up to it. It's still regular season, then.
You understand that man would fly to Colorado, be in court all day, sleep on a 2-hour flight back, 3-hour flight, and put up 40, 45 every time he went to court.
Killer.
Yeah, because you know why? Hey, a game will make you get away and think, hey, you couldn't wait to go to a game and go play so you can get up out of there and get your mind off of something else. It was like, it made him zero in again and say, okay. It's like with us, as grown men, you really, when you take accountability for your actions, then change then starts to come and good things do happen. So I felt like Kobe was like, all right, my image of like what I do behind closed doors out there. All right, so now, you know what, man, let me zero back in on what I was doing prior to me losing focus. We seen him focus so much. It's somewhere where he was lacking and showed us that he's still human. Before that, we thought Kobe was, something else. But I felt like with that, it also showed me as a black man, one, you could be perseverant and come and bounce back from your things, but being accountable. He was accountable. All right, for a while, Kobe wasn't saying nothing at that interview, and he was like, all right, man, this is my thing. This is what I did. And I think from then on, it changed him as a player, too. It helped him. Yeah. I mean, we started seeing Kobe, like you said, killing. I mean, for them next few seasons with the Fro, he was like, he passed MJ. He passed MJ in that era of time of hoop where it was like all Kobe. It was nothing but we forgot all about the great target. I mean, they just vanished. So he is one of those dudes, but that's the thing why I feel like LeBron doesn't get credit for. He's a hard worker. He's a game winner.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's hard to knock both of them.
Right.
It is. It's a hard discussion to have just in general.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like the worst discussion. It almost make you not be friends with people over basketball talk.
Before the king gets going, I have to go back to my favorite line. LeBron left Cleveland because he was playing with his stepdaddy.
I'm weak. That's messed up. You ain't right, man. Bron gonna see
So disrespectful.
Hey,
when Bron see this,
You was on here now?
I'm gonna hit Bron up and tell him you said that, man.
please tell me, because I will say it.
I'm gonna hit Bron and tell him you said Delonte West was his
And you can
stepdad,
show him this
man.
clip. And if he don't believe you, I said it. I will say it again. He left Cleveland the first time because he was playing with his
Hey,
stepdad.
man, y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right.
Yeah.
That's cold blooded.
That's too much, bro.
That's cold blooded, fellas. Y'all ain't right.
Hey.
man. That's cold.
Let me ask one more question. This is kind of like off topic too. And I thought it was gonna be on the script, but it's not on the script. What do y'all think about this Roy Jones and Mike Tyson fight? OG?
Mike Tyson gonna knock his head off.
I just hope no one gets hurt. Because these dudes should not be fighting. I don't care if it's
Mike
two rounds.
Tyson ain't gonna get hurt. Roy, don't worry about
I'm
Roy.
telling you right now.
I will say this. If Tyson hits Roy Jones clean,
He's
It's
done.
over. It's over.
Done.
You
'Cause
start
we-
getting them speed bags, bro. Man.
because Roy has been proven not to have a chance.
And Mike Tyson is proven to knock your chin off.
There you go. And if he doesn't knock it off, he will bite your ear off.
Hey, Roy.
Man, that
Roy's reevaluating his life decisions right now.
Hey, man.
I would. Did you see the video interview Mike did in regard to this whole fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was damn near crying because he wants to get in the ring so bad. Like, I would not step in that ring. No way. Like,
Hey, man. Thoroughbreds are made to what? Run.
to run. Yeah.
And that's what he is. He a thoroughbred. He made to just go, man. It's like myself, man. I get up and work out and just made to just go, man. Even when I don't want to, I still just somehow find a way, man. And that's just what it is. He just ain't been there so long. When you never get, see, that's what, guys who play sports, when they're done, you don't get the crowd screaming no more. You don't get the camaraderie of the team. So then you sometimes fall into depression, man, because that doesn't go on. It doesn't go on anymore. It's over. You never get to hear that cheer and coming out of the tunnel and all that. So I can imagine him really getting out there and whooping his ass.
Oh yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Like that.
Put their hands on him, like, because he's just been waiting to probably knock somebody out after all the stuff Mike been through. Man, Mike probably drop you right now for real. Like knock your head smooth off.
I think Roy Jones gonna take it.
What? Wait.
Take what? The ass whooping?
Take the ass he gonna take an L. Yeah. Hey man, I don't know what you talking about now, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, you are.
You are tripping, Chris. You tripping, bro. For
You
real.
better get me on drug test on this show.
D, you wanna make that
yeah, man, I'm gonna have to call you out the air, sir. Yeah, you could double nothing on the ATL wings or something.
Y'all know good and damn well he ain't gonna go brawl with that man. He gonna stick and bounce.
How old is
Mike Tyson gonna stick and then knock him out. That's it.
How old is Roy? How old is Roy Jones Jr.?
Say it again.
How old is he?
50.
Late 40s. Yeah,
He's 41.
early 50s.
51.
Ain't no sticking and moving.
No, listen to me.
Roy Jones.
And then you see how big he is. Roy Jones was a skinnier, athletic build. But now he got that little weight on him. Mike Tyson looked like he 30 again.
Jones Jr.
Let's put a bet on it.
Man,
Yeah,
you don't believe that, bro.
There's no
Right
way.
now.
Believe that.
I don't care if they're wearing headgear. Roy Jones gonna hit the mat quickly.
If
See
Roy
what I'm saying?
Jones wins,
What's up with
I
you,
would
King?
always go in Cleveland Brown gear.
Hey, do you know
You heard it. You heard it live, baby. You heard it.
It's really, really bad, and we're desperate for sports. We're talking about Mike Tyson and a Roy Jones fight.
You
Is
brought
that
it up,
bad?
not us. You
I know,
brought it up, not us.
That's what I'm saying. But are we that desperate for sports? We're talking about Roy Jones Jr.
You want me to answer
Yeah.
that question
Yeah.
honestly? Yes. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So what's going to be next? Is going to be Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield fighting?
Might be what you just said. It just might be. just might be.
But Mike Tyson's a moneymaker, man, and
Right.
that's just what it is. You know, that name alone, we want to see it. I'm gonna be real. I'll probably order that, or get the fire stick out.
If people saw Floyd Mayweather and McConnell, I mean, it changed the game, bro. It's just like what they did with wrestling back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Where all the NBA guys will go on WWF and all. Like, I mean, it always been like these celebrity things. Be honest with you, I want to see what because Mike is over there looking like, bro, he in the lab. Like, he in the lab for real. I want to see what Roy Jones Jr. come out with. And I want to see if they really gonna fight, or is it gonna be like that Martin episode when they had the charity fight for the belt? That's what I think it's gonna be like when they had the get hit man. He gonna knock his ass smooth out, have him all up in the wall, plastered. Right, he don't want to fight no more.
Right.
So we gonna see, man.
We'll see.
I know.
So, must see TV. So we want to thank you, D, for coming out again, bro. We greatly appreciate it, man. It's always fun. Man, this won't be the last time you'll be on here, most definitely. We always have a good time on this show when we got guests on here, man. We chop it up and talk crazy. And I didn't mean that, Mike Tyson. I know you're going to win, bro.
Yeah, he going to catch you out in Phoenix and tighten you up real quick. When he catch you out in Phoenix, you're going to be thinking that it's all good.
It's just playing, man.
Yeah, he be out here a lot, too.
Yeah.
He be out here a lot. He going to bump into you on a random, too. Like, was this on your podcast?
I tell you.
Like, all right.
Right. So bump into him and it's going to be on
Last
site.
question for you, King. What if Mike Tyson came up to you and said your girlfriend disrespected him, he wanted to fight you? What would you do?
What'd she do?
Hey, she ain't right, huh? I gotta talk to her about that.
Don't you disrespect Mike like that? Nah, man, I won't wait
Tyson. That'd be a cold.
She's just so disrespectful.
I was telling her that this morning, man. She got to learn. Hey, that would be a messed up dilemma, bro. Because you had to low key get punked. You just had to get punked or shoot him or scrap him. And just you know what I mean? And see what happens.
I'm gonna have to take an L that day.
Man, I don't know, man. I'm a front for it. You gotta make it till you make it. I'm gonna say something though. I'm gonna be like, man, who you talking to? I'm gonna do that first.
Let me buy you lunch.
Nah, man.
Let's talk about this over
You know what'd be crazy? What would be crazy is if you really just stole on him and knocked him out. Like you caught him slipping. You stole on Tyson and you caught one. You know what I mean? You be a hero. You'll go viral, bro. You're not
quick.
Well, hey,
it's always fun, man. I appreciate it, fellas.
Since I know my wife watched this podcast, I'm gonna say I'll take that ass whooping.
Smart.
Hey, before we all sign off, I want to thank everybody for watching. All of our subscribers, everybody supports us. We're on episode 12 and still going strong. We love y'all. We thank you all. God bless you all. And that's my shout out this week is to all of you supporting us, all of our subscribers, all of our fans. Keep sharing our content, keep encouraging your friends, friends and subscribe and hit that bell.
Yes, sir.
Give my shout out to the family, friends, co-workers, athletes out there that are kind of like in limbo right now, not knowing what's going to go on during this pandemic. Stay strong, stay humble, and stay hungry.
Oh.
Well, I'll give a shout out to my family as well. And then especially I want to shout out my two sons, man. I know they've been at the house, not really getting to do their normal thing, man. They're going crazy. So shout out to them, man, for, just trying to make it stay somewhat normal anyway and try to do something to kind of create some fun things to do around here because it hasn't been like that lately. So shout out to my boys, man, for sticking through this tough time and still having, good spirit.
Yes, sir. I'd like to shout out, of course, the family, friends, everyone supporting the show. Any of the athletes out there that you may come across this Sportcast and you want somewhere to have some fun for a minute and let your hair down and have a good time.
literally. Like.
Once you come over to 4G Sports, man, we will welcome you.
Come on out.
That's what's up.
And we will, no hold bars. Like you see, LeBron and his stepdaddy, we don't hold nothing back here. All right?
Right.
But do have a shout out. I do have a shout out to one of our very own, Coach Drako.
Yeah.
He just launched his new apparel,
Okay.
Girlrillaz. All right? It launched today, August 30th. So go to Instagram, Girlrillaz, clothing line, and support him and his new business venture. Congratulations to Coach Drako. And of course, his link will be linked in on the show, okay?
What's up?
For
Let
comment.
me get a shout out to D High on there, man. Hey, I see you doing your thing, baby. Another ASU repping. I see you, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like always, you can hit us up with your comments, share us on media. We're on all social media platforms, IG, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Twitter at 4G Sports. That's sports with the Z. All right? And if you have any comments for us, any guests, anything that you would like for us to talk about, you can hit us up at 4G Sports with the Z at Gmail, and also Gentleman Sports on Facebook. All right? So once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.